Hello, this is a gameplay by denc75 as black in a tournament, and he won quite comfortable by 34 points. And actually it could have been a bigger win if black just doesn't lose a few stones in the center towards the end. So let's see how this game develops. I see that recently black is very fond of this opening with the 017 Keima. This was actually popular a few years ago, but nowadays we often see the Shimari at Q5. This became trendy, and of course Q6 is still going strong, but well, nothing wrong with 017. Now white plays a questionable move. He was supposed to attack from the other side, R5 or Q5, in order to prevent black's corner enclosure. Going from this direction, it's actually a thank you move because black will just enclose the corner and he's happy about it. Now white plays another questionable move. He was supposed to extend for a base at L3. Every time there is room to extend for a base, one should take it. Going out here with P4, which is probably in white's mind, he was threatening to cut the corner, but that doesn't work. So maybe he expected black to block and then extend for a base like this, or even a bit further away, but black doesn't have to do that. So black can pincer M3, which happened in the game, or L3, just to take away white's base. Now if white pushes in the corner and cuts, this doesn't work. Black will play Atari and either connect solid or tiger mount, and then when white blocks here, black will capture the cornerstones. So black is all connected, white is heavy and must run out in order to rescue his group. So this is already painful for white. Now white plays a counter pincer that shows some fighting spirit. Black jumps out, very natural move, and in fact white should also run out. He's in trouble. Of course white can still think about the push and cut in order to get some center forcey moves, and well, this Atari can be played later, then connect underneath at M2, but it's still painful for white. So already the opening looks more promising for black. So black took the top left corner. Well, a natural move for black would be to surround the bottom stones and try to seek for a connection between his groups. I mean, the stones on the left with the corner ones. But this is pretty large. And it's usually not bad to take the Sun early. We've seen that in AI games a lot and also top professional games, so it's still very trendy. So we have a pretty basic pattern where black takes the corner in center, then invades the left side, right in the middle. That's good. Can be a high invasion as well, but it's more or less a matter of style or taste. Nothing wrong with playing on the third line. It's easier to fix the base. So whether white attacks from this direction or from the other side, black will just extend to space and settle the group right away. So white attacks from the wall. Obviously white is trying to make some territory using that influence. Then black approaches the other corner to fix a base. So this is Miai. I mean, here black can go 2 space towards the wall or 2 space towards the corner, and either way he's going to fix a base. So that happened. Now white is very aggressive with this attach, and actually it's not necessary. If white wants to play a move here, it's good enough to play c5 directly. This will put enough pressure on black, so black will either jump out or play an attach move, then pull back, because this will create a cutting point. And also when white defends solid or extends up, white is a little bit over concentrated, and in the meantime black's group is safe in center. Then black can grab a big point like this, or an extension to the middle of the side, or other moves on the board. So black played the 2 space, white attaches, which is super aggressive, and now black simply goes up. Actually here black can play Hane on the second line, because when white pulls back, white c6, it's already punished. Let's suppose black just makes an I shape or goes up. We can already see that this move c6 became a complete neutral point. So if you simply exchange or try to see this in a different order of moves, let's say white plays c5, black goes Kosumi, then white goes c6, and black goes up. Normally on this Kosumi, the natural move is to block at b5, because c6 is no longer interesting nor for black and white. I mean, black will never try to play this move, and for white it's also a neutral point. Therefore White c6 was a little bit too much. And okay, you can also go no b up, but remember the Hane on the second line. So here white pushes, and this jump leaves some cutting points. I mean, well, white can wedge, and then when black defends, there are two cuts to worry about. Therefore, you need to connect on the outside. So in this case, it's still more interesting to play the attach on the left side. White will Hane, pull back. The group is already safe. White either connects like this or he goes up. Now there is this cut, and there is also the clamp. So black's formation is quite strong, and therefore you're sent to play other moves. So the jump, ooh, white played here. White should really wedge, because for black it's very nice to play the tiger mounted e6, and that happened right away. This is good. Hane, I'm not sure if this Hane is really necessary right now, because there is some Aji in the corner with the Sansan. So also c4, it's an interesting move, and then when white blocks the corner, you just connect underneath. If white plays here, you have Atari and capture a stone. And if white plays this way, you just go out and then connect. So either way, you increase your base and also reduce the corner. This move, white will block, black has to no-b to prevent the Ataris, and white can also play here a peep to make black a little bit heavy, and white shape in the corner is not that bad anymore. So it's much harder to invade, but later on, there was Aji, and well, things went down for white anyway. Black jumps, that's good. White invades the right side. So here, it's big to attack from r12, but in order to capture these two stones on the bottom, it's more interesting to play a move like q8. So this q8 is trying to surround the two stones naturally and on a large scale. White needs to extend r13 or so, then black can still block r15 to secure the corner. White might even play this tsuke and pull back in order to secure the base. And then, to make sure white doesn't connect under with m2, you can just play Kosumi here, or you can play a peep and then invade h2, because this is a nice Tsuji to try to separate white stones. If white plays like this, you just play Atari, and if he comes up, you play another Atari, then you catch this bottom stone. So it's painful for white. If white tries to connect by playing Kosumi here, then you pull back, he covers, you connect under, he needs to connect, and then you can bump, and now the two stones die on a very large scale, and there is no more combination to connect under at m2. We will see later that white had the chance to save those stones, but he failed. So now Tsuke, ooh, that's a thank you move. White should approach this corner instead. If black comes here, push one time, there is still this attach that white can use, and then either defend like this, or a Tsuke, or a cap, because the attach here is just making black stronger in the top area. So black comes out, white extends, and now there is still Aji to invade r9. So that's a bit painful for white. Black plays the cap, this is fine. White jumps, and it still works to play r9, because when white goes down, you just surround the other stone. And if white covers, you play Hane under, and now white is losing the base again. This move, you can even resist and come out. And this one, you just connect, and he needs to protect against the cutting points. Very painful for white. And if he plays like this, you go Atari. If he plays here, you capture. If he plays Atari, you leave it, because anyway, the base was kind of ruined. Top right became strong, and then you can just play a move on the bottom or some extension in the top. Anyway, the flow of the game, it's really good for black right now. So black got L17. I mean, well, this R9 or P9 and the attack on the right side can be played a little later. L17 is probably the last large point in this Fuseki. So if black plays, let's say, just L2 to make sure there is no combination around M2 or M4, white might extend M17, expand the top, and also reduce the top right corner potential. So yeah, this is big. White blocks. White is going for a little center here with those moves, but black is happy with the whole board position. So this turn it's a little bit slack. There are no points there. For example, if black plays M13 and white blocks, anyway white is not going to gain much here, because black can push from the left or jump. So it's really not a big worry. about who gets k17. Gamma m13 is nice because it will enclose the box in the top right, but that will come later. So this k17 is slack and white can just leave it. So if white plays a move like m2 and black cuts, let's say on the left, white will cut, black captures, Atari, connect, cover, and black needs to connect underneath. Then this Atari can be played or skip. White already it's connected. And actually white can go on a counter attack with this cut. So all of a sudden, the stones in the center are running. Therefore, playing the block here at j17 was really slow. This made k17 turn cente. So from a move that it was slow, it became a good point to play k17. This Hane is big, but normally it's not supposed to be centered right now because white already had these two stones here. It's true black can clamp b14 after that, but it's not such a big reducing. So for example, if white plays this one, then let's say Keima here to reduce a little bit the right side. If black just goes here, cover, Atari, connect, when black pushes, you block. So white is actually losing a couple of points here, but it's not that much. So playing c14 was a bit slack. It's probably more as a reflex play because by default players know that when you play Hane at b16 and connect b17, white should play c14 to end up the Joseki. But having these two stones around makes the position korigatachi or over concentrated. So black covers here. This is a nice idea because black is looking to peep j4 and go down. So white expands the middle. Yeah, that's fine. On this attach, white should try a little bit harder. Hane, when black pulls back, then get another big point. This is just gote, so black can play away. Yeah, black got this m13, and this is pretty much game over. It's like declaration of victory because black got a huge top right box, and well, this corner, safe group on the left, another corner, and white only has the bottom, but there is some magi here, a tiny box in the top, and a weak group on the right side. So even without counting, it's obvious that black has the lead right now. So white still tries to build that center. This cut is not necessary, and it actually doesn't work. There is edge around here, but you still don't make it work directly. You gotta wedge first. I mean, well, if you cut here and white plays Atari like this to capture the stone in the ladder, then you Atari from behind and you push through in order to separate the right group. But playing this move, it's Ajikeshi. White can just connect and it's done. Because when black extends in the middle, those two stones will die anyway. So this cut is really not necessary and it can be a minus. You better start an attack here. Or peep, and if white connects, play this Kosumi. If white defends this way, go down and separate. So let's see what happened. White defends like that. That's a bit too tight. And it still leaves some problems around L10. So this is the proper move. And it's less points to play K11 because when white connects here, he's going to build at least one extra point, maybe two. So we have Hane, white panicked here, white can block. There is no problem because even if black cuts, white will connect and then black has to come back and defend and now white will capture the stone. If black comes out, white will take this guy. If black plays Atari here, white just captures. Now when black plays Nobi, white captures again. So he didn't have to pull back. Block first, black connects, and then defend the corner like this or like this. He can also defend solid, but if this happens, black has the Hane on the first line in center. So playing this move or this one, when black Hane, white blocks, black connects, but there is no need for another move in the corner. So white was a little bit too slow here. I think it's safer for white just to play this move. If black cuts, he can push one time. If black turns, push again. And if black blocks, Atari here, then use the combination to save the bottom stones. So if black just captures the stones in the center, white managed to connect everything under, and he's got all this territory. Compared to the game, where you will see what happens in a few moves. So here, instead of Nobi, it's a bit better to play Kosumi. Because now, when Atari connect, and there is no way to separate white stones. Of course, there is still some Agi here with the peep, but I think white will be fine. He's dying in the corner. So white no B, black pushes through. This was nice. Black is giving 3 stones bait in order to damage the corner. So instead of this Atari, white should actually play Atari this way, then Atari from behind, and then connect. Solid connection. There is no way for black to go out, but black will get M2 in center, white has to capture the stones, and now there is no way for white to save this O3 group. But white got the 3 stones like that. Black captures here, then another Sente, Atari, and Kosumi. This was an excellent sequence for black. All forced, broke most of the territory under, and there is still a problem in the corner when black jumps in the 2-2 point. The Tsumeko is quite interesting here, but black didn't even need that. So Hane, block, and this is strange. Normally, after Hane and block, you have to connect in Sente, and then, instead of trying to kill, which allows white use the attach, you better go down to M2, no more Aji in the corner. White needs to come back and make 2 ice, which is super painful, and then either invade here, or play a Keima, or a 1 space jump, just to threaten the invasion, then keep it simple, and win by lots of points. So once you play M2, these 2 stones, they have no way to escape. So in a few moves we will see white could go out. So this is trying too hard to kill. So white attach, black Hane, and white went down, but actually white can cut. Because if black plays this move, white will just connect or capture the stone. Now if black captures the stone, white has Atari from behind and just connect. Oh sorry, actually here white can play O2. Of course white can also go Atari this way, but then black will fight the Ko and then play this move, take back the Ko, and then try to connect under. So even if this happens, white will save the stones, but black can also connect underneath a little bit. So for white it's more interesting to turn, to kill everything, because when black plays here, white connects. If black connects this way, Atari, and there are plenty of liberties to kill black faster. And if black connects here, just cut and kill even more. So this was white's chance to redeem his losses a little bit, but he really needs to play N3 cut. So cut where you can cut. If black goes here, white can just capture this way. There is nothing for black to do. If black does this, Atari, and when connect, capture this way, or capture right away. And when Atari, connect, when connect, defend under. So all of a sudden, big damage on the bottom side. So white went down, black connects, and white protect. That's strange because white can always capture this stone. So he didn't need to play B2 unless black defends E1. So right now, white should push here. Black turns, push again, black no B. Oh, wait a second. Black can actually cut now, because on the cut you have Atari, Atari, and connect. Okay, so block first, but white will answer this way, and then black defends. Alright, anyway, that's center for white, and he can capture this stone instead of defending the corner. But yeah, it's still a tough game for white. I mean, it's very similar to what happened in the game, and in the end, he's way behind. Okay. That's super big. This is a little bit risky. It's good enough just to play the Nobi. But okay, it's still fine. And instead of this push, it's much bigger to play R6. Because when white turns here, you just defend, and there are maybe a few extra points in the middle. But on the right side, if you play this move and white captures this stone, then you have to answer, then he plays the push and captures like this. He's going to make more points on the side. But it still doesn't matter because black is way ahead. So, okay, this Atari is not necessary. It's good to keep it as a Ko threat, because later when you fight a Ko, you might want to have an extra threat. And now there is an invasion in the top right corner soon. Okay, lots of fight for some small area. It's better to play Atari from this side. White connects and then just enclose the box. Playing those moves didn't do much. Now that push leaves lots of cutting points, so black has to come back here. or at least play this kind of move. Actually here, even if white jumps, so let's say black protects like that and white jumps, black can block and it's fine. White will push here, you block again, push and block again. If you place the Hane, you cut, and then on this Atari you can just go out or play Atari from behind, connect and kill everything inside. Black is just too thick, so difficult for white to make twice. Now he's looking for a combination to cut, but this is wrong. White should play Atari here. Black needs to connect and then Atari from the outside, because if black connects, white captures everything. So this is a better damage, and when black defends here, white can wedge. If black plays this move, white can connect. When black connects, white will take the 2 stones. And now black also needs to play here. Then cut, push. Oh, this is dangerous. But actually, oh, it works? Yeah, it works. Wow. Impressive. Everything can die like that. So black really needs to pay attention. Probably just play Atari from behind, give the 2 stones, Atari again, give 2 more stones. So the thing is, white is the one who dictates the fight here when he starts with a cut. I mean, if black connects this way, white will save the bottom stones. But playing this move, this gives black choices to lose less. So if black just connects against the double Atari, white needs to take 2 stones, and then black can connect here, white can push, block, and in the end white just got the 2 stones and not such a big damage. But if Atari like this, after the Atari, white is not going to play double Atari and take the stones in the top. Why give black the choice? I mean, obviously, black is going to choose to save the stones on the right, not the ones in the top. But if white plays Atari here, this is forced, so black is he can't connect. Therefore, if black connects here, white can catch these 2 stones and they damage more, because now when black defends here, white can Atari, and when black protects in the middle, white can save the bottom stones. So again, white could gain more, but black being so much ahead should really pay attention. I mean, it's easy to lose games when you're way ahead if you just play a few careless moves like this. So double Atari, then lose the 2 stones, now protect the bottom, that's fine. He pushed through. He should play Atari first, and then this move. And then here, connect, and this one, ooh, dangerous. Push, then here, push again or connect. Then this one, go down, this one, capture everything. Cool. White had a chance to gain more. So Atari first, and then cut. Now, if black plays here, just take those stones. Well, the thing is, black still wins the game if this happens. Because in the end, white managed to capture some stones there, and it wasn't enough. But those stones shouldn't die. So, first of all, black doesn't need this Atari here, because anyway, white is not going to play that move. Let's say black plays Atari like this. White is not going to put himself in Atari for no reason. So, you don't need that kind of move. And okay, this is fine. White tries to leave in the corner and nothing should happen. So when you block like this, white can set up a ko. But in order to prevent the ko being so strong on the outside, black can play p18, and if white plays this move, you just go down, because this creates the L formation. If white blocks here, it's already dead in gote, and if he plays this one, you connect. If he turns, there is no way to run in the middle and create another eye around here. So he can still have maximum 1 eye in the corner. That's a better way to kill and a clean one, because when you block like this, white can still set up a ko, but he failed. He was supposed to play s18. Now if you go Atari, he will play Atari, then you gotta fight the ko, and when he takes back the ko, if you connect here, he Hane, block, connect, and now he's alive in the corner. So he could get a ko. If you play the Hane here and white blocks, then when you connect here, he lives unconditionally. And if you play Atari this way, he captures the other stone, and again he lives in the corner. So that could happen, but he connected solid, and then Hane, and now he's dead. But the way to kill unconditionally, it's either descend, because when he blocks, you can play the Kosumi, and you don't have to play the block here, because now it's Hane and descend, and this is another ko. But this kind of Tsumego are basic, so at 1Q level, one should know this. And also the Kosumi here is very simple. If you Hane, you block. When he plays this move, you don't connect on the right side or play Atari, you just push. And then when he plays this move, you take away the vital point, Hane in the corner, push. And now when he cuts, you just Atari and connect here. So it's all dead unconditionally. Good to remember those sequences in the top right corner. So he died, now Atari. Okay, black tries some desperate moves here. Capture, Hane. I don't understand why black captures at b9. Sorry, a9. It's really not necessary. So let's say black takes a stone here. What can white do? If white plays Atari here, you just take. If he plays this move, you just go down. If he connects, you don't have to do anything. For example, you play like a mini monkey jump, and then when Atari, you just connect. And those stones on the left side are captured. You will never need a move inside at a9. This is -1 point, and it's also worse than pass, because if you play pass, you don't put a stone inside, you don't lose a point. So, yeah, maybe just conservative because of being so much ahead. Now, when white played here, he tries to create a Dame-Tsumari, a shortage of liberties, and here is time for black to capture the stone. White needs to connect, and now there's nothing to worry about. You can play away again, like this push, and when he captures, you connect, and when he captures the ko, you take the other ko, or you just connect. So this is the last moment to save those stones, because when you play the attach, he can capture the ko, and now when you connect here, he takes everything. Therefore, you need to fight the ko, and if you don't have threats, for example, if you played this one, he will just take the stones. And well, this was almost a threat, because white can capture in the middle, and when you cut like this, he will just play Atari, you need to take the stone, and then he can play Atari here or capture another stone. So he loses a couple of points in the corner, but he takes all the center stones. And in fact he answered, but the answer should be a4, because after all the neutral points are played, when black plays Atari here and white connects, white actually has an extra move inside, so he lost a point. Okay, so that was a fake ko threat, but it worked. White has many threats in the top right corner, therefore black has to give the stones, and that was it. Oh, here it's good to just go down, but push like this is bigger. Okay, that move is fine. Yeah, that can be a problem. Why should block? Because it's bigger to capture the stone in the corner. If he captures this stone, later on he can push instantly at t5. And now if you play this one, he will push and take the stone. So he damaged more points here and keep fighting the ko. But again, when 35 points behind, it's really difficult to come back. This move is not necessary. So once again, if black plays away, white will never go f2 because he puts himself in Atari, so you will catch. Therefore, you don't need to play a move where your opponent cannot play anyway. Because if you play this Atari, many times you think it's Sente, but here it doesn't have to be, because this Hane is bigger, so when you capture 2 stones, he takes 1 back. So Atari on 2 stones is not always Sente. It's just 1 point difference, but well, your opponent cooperates. This move is small, because it just reduces 1 point, actually half a point, because white can also take the ko. So it's bigger for white to play this move. Now if black Atari, white will connect and black needs to defend. So, oh, that cut was strange. You don't have to play this move, because now he will play Atari and it's again a Dame-Tsumari. You should actually play here and then on this Atari connect. If white starts with Atari outside and he connects and then he plays Atari f8, you will never play e8, but just connect. So on this move, he didn't play he was setting up a trap. So when you play this move, he can Atari, ouch. And now he gets a few extra points. Yep. You can take back the stone, then he blocks. So another small donation, but it didn't matter. This capture is not necessary. That's -1 point. But yeah, in the end, it would be 30 some. 33 instead of 34. So that was it. Anyway, overall, a very good game for black. But it could have been win by more than 50 points. So I hope you enjoy this variation and learn a lot from the review. Cheers.